we're here at the famous Shwedagon Pagoda in downtown Yangon, Myanmar. And this is said to be Myanmar's most sacred place of religion. It has several Buddhist statues, temples, and the large pagoda behind me that you see here is actually 2,500 years old. It's said to have started out at only 8 meters tall, and at this point today, it is over 100 meters tall. And the underlying structure is built from brick, but it has been plated with layers and layers of real gold, and the very top is actually adorned with thousands of diamonds and rubies, with the largest diamond being 76 carats, I read. And you can't even see or admire the glamour from down here at the very top because it's so high. So although it's plated with gold and has tons of diamonds and rubies up top, it's there, but we can't really have a good look at it. So there's lots of things going on here. There are several monks, there are people meditating, worshiping, giving offerings, a lot of other tourists as well walking around, and there's just a lot to see. It's really, really huge, and to get in, you need to follow the dress code. So you need to have pants or a skirt that is below your knees. Your shoulders need to be covered, and you can't wear shoes. So you take your shoes off before you come in, and you can either carry them with you, or you can store them at a counter, and I think that you'll have to pay a small fee once you get them back. But for now, we're just about to walk around and see what all there is to explore.
My main question, is it possible to walk all the way around it?
Walk all the way around the pagoda?
Yes.
Yes, it is possible to walk all the way around it. So we did just one quick lap to kind of get a feel for everything and see where everything is. And we weren't sure when we first got here if it was possible to walk all the way around, but we have discovered that that is true.
Everywhere you look around this place, you're gonna see a lot of detail. Now, there's so much here to kind of take in terms of visually pleasing things, and there's a lot of people taking in those visuals with their cameras. So we see tons of people with their phones, a lot of cameras out. There's really so much that you wouldn't really be able to take it in with one trip. Like everywhere you look on all of the structures, there's these fine little details. So even though there's a lot of people, I think we still lucked out because there's not as many people as from some of the videos we've seen on this place. But it is like rainy season, and it looks like it could rain even right now. So that might be deterring a lot of people from coming out. One good thing is that the ground, because we're here in the evening and there's a lot of cloud cover, the ground isn't very hot. So that is just like a positive. We had to take our shoes off and we're able to walk pretty comfortably. They also have these mats set out, and we can't tell if the mats are for like to stop you from slipping or if it's to help with the heat, like if there was a, if it was a sunny day.
What's the ground made out of?
The ground is made out of white marble, right? Mm-hmm. The ground is made out of white marble. And so when it's wet, it could definitely be slippery. We've hit a couple of slippery spots, so that's something you got to look out for.
And when it's hot.
Yeah, and when it's hot, of course, that white marble is going to be taking in a lot of heat and transferring it up into your feet.
So we planned to get here in the evening time so that if there was a sunset, then maybe we would be able to capture it. But since it has been so overcast the last several days, including today, we're not getting a sunset. However, it's not raining on us, so we're happy for that because we've actually been pushing out day after day when we're going to come because it's been raining. So I think we're lucking out in that regard. But now it's about 5:30, 6 o'clock, and since it's starting to get dark out, the lights are coming on, and as you can see, the lights are just making the gold completely glimmer on the pagoda.
And I'm interested to see what other kind of lighting is going to be around here.
Yeah, so with all of the other small temples and shrines and statues, I am imagining that these places are going to light up as well. So the ambience, I guess, would be pretty different if you come in the morning or in the afternoon or at night, and also obviously if you come during rainy season or not. Now I have to say it is actually pretty interesting to see the mix of tourists and locals, or maybe not even locals, but people who are worshiping or meditating mixed with the tourists, because a lot of people are actually, sitting on the grounds or paying their offerings or things of that nature. But at the same time, lots of tourists around, just walking around kind of in awe of the place or taking photos. So it's interesting to see that mix.
Yeah, so it appears that even though this is a large tourist attraction, there looks to be a lot of authentic activity going on. So if you are from Myanmar, let us know in the comments, do you come here? And if so, what are your thoughts? Because a lot of times when we go to places like this, the vibe that we kind of get is like that it's mainly a tourist attraction, but here that's definitely not the case. The vibe we're getting here is that this is actually utilized and it's not really mainly for tourists. So just let us know what you think in the comments.
Now there's currently some people behind us that are coming and lighting what looks to be just kind of this fabric that's maybe soaked in citronella oil or something flammable, and it looks like they may end up going eventually around the entire pagoda. So that alone makes the place look even more mesmerizing now that the sun is going down and it's dark, the gold glimmering off of the pagoda, and now the fire. The origin of Shwedagon Pagoda materialized in Buddhist history over 2,600 years ago. In India, Prince Siddhartha had just attained Buddhahood when he was visited by two brothers, merchants from Myanmar, who offered a gift of honey cakes. In return, the Buddha personally removed 8 hairs from his head and gave these to the brothers for enshrinement in their native town of Okalapa, which is now the city of Yangon. On their return, the two brothers presented the Buddha's hairs to the king of Okalapa, who erected the pagoda and enshrined the 8 hairs, together with the relics of 3 previous Buddhas. The original height of the pagoda stood at only 66 feet, but from the 14th century onward, successive monarchs in Myanmar rebuilt and regilded it until the pagoda reached its present height of 326 feet. The pagoda has 10 unique sections, with 3 of them being decorated with over 3,000 gold bells and nearly 80,000 diamonds and other precious stones. So I don't know if you guys can hear this, but there are like a lot of jingling noises in the background because the temples all have these little, I don't know what they are, dangling things that make jingle noises when the wind blows. So we've got lots of different noises. We have that, we have bats chirping, we have geckos chirping, which we just realized was a thing. And then, of course, all the people speaking or praying, lots of sounds.
Good.